Celebrity Every Day 26. As James Cameron continues his work on the next installment in the franchise, Andre Holland is weighing in on reprising his Terminator Zero role in live action. The acclaimed star made his franchise debut in the Netflix anime show, starring as Malcolm Lee, a scientist racing to perfect an artificial intelligence that can rival Skynet and stop Judgment Day. Developed and showrun by the Batman Part 2's Mattson Tomlin, Terminator Zero scored rave reviews from critics and audiences, while leaving just enough room open for future stories. During an interview with Screen Rant at the Sundance Film Festival premiere of his new movie, Love, Brooklyn, Holland was asked about the possibility of returning as Malcolm Lee to the Terminator franchise. The Zero star was very enthusiastic in his hopes to reprise his character, recalling the final day of recording the dialogue for his character, in which he told the producers to seriously consider him if Malcolm crossed over to live action. Check out what Holland said below. For much of the show's run, the AI Kokoro and other characters find themselves wondering just how Malcolm knew as much as he did about Skynet and the future destruction of humanity at the AI's hands. It was eventually revealed in Episode 7 that Malcolm was actually from the future and traveled back to the past in order to stop Skynet and be with the robotic entity he created. Though his efforts did initially succeed, the world was now at the whim of both a freed Kokoro and Skynet, while Malcolm died in Terminator Zero's ending to save Resistance soldier Echo. While most franchises would view a character's death as their ending, the Terminator franchise is certainly no stranger to reviving characters, which is largely down to its time travel formula. As explained in the anime, the rules Tomlin adhered to is that, every time a human or machine traveled back in time, it created an entirely new timeline. With this in mind, it's entirely possible for the next Terminator movie to be set in a present-day timeline, in which Malcolm is still alive and still putting together Kokoro. The other possibility for how Malcolm could return in the next movie is if Terminator 7 was once again set in the post-apocalyptic timeline. While he's remained mum on details for the next film, Cameron has previously indicated it will do away with the distinct iconography, even as it explores the same themes of the originals. With this in mind, the door certainly is open for Cameron, in an effort to move away from the oft-treaded Connor family story, to consider bringing back Holland as Malcolm. While I have largely remained a fan of the series since its original installment, I certainly can't help but feel like the Terminator franchise was running its course on film with its continued focus on the Connor family, much in the way Star Wars became too focused on the Skywalkers. As such, Terminator Zero was a very welcome surprise, and though it may require a bit of timeline changes, I think Holland getting to reprise his role as Malcolm from the show would be a fantastic way to provide some acting gravitas and more originality. Celebrity Every Day 26.